What do you think, doctor, is the way forward? Like, are the governments going to realize at some point we got to start looking at different metrics? The next 6 months, we're obviously going through, flu season, or this time where we know almost by definition, there's going to be more classifications, more deaths. The NHS, by the way, here in the UK is always overwhelmed in December and January. It always is, because it's flu season, it's drinking season, which means the A&E and emergency rooms are constantly full. And so this year they're going to tell the population that we are over capacity, but it's true every year. How are we going to get through this and even get through this winter and then into the spring?
So two things. One is if and when we get a vaccine, and if it's good and safe, then that will help with focus protection. So that will be sort of one additional tool in our toolbox. So I think that could help moving it towards focus protection. But there are still question marks about that, of course. And even if we had a vaccine now, it will take many, many months to vaccinate the large millions and millions of people. So that is going to take the time, and it might not be so helpful for this second wave in the Northern Hemisphere. The other thing is, I think that what eventually will change it is coming from below, from the population. I mean, there are protests against lockdowns throughout Europe. So I have more trust in the population to change this compared to the politicians or the media to make it turn around. They have already sort of invested their prestige in what they're doing, and it's maybe hard for them to take a different tack, psychologically. But again, I'm not an expert at all on politics. So you probably understand those things much better than I do.
Well, doctor, you don't have to be an expert in politics to know that something's not right with the decisions that are being made. And again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but to see the government, the mainstream media, and our technology platforms suppress science, to suppress logic, to suppress all of the work you've done for the past 10 or 20 years and create their own narrative and policies, I mean, it's hard to watch. And, it's definitely bias. I mean, you know that. You've felt it now. And that's concerning, isn't it?
It is concerning. And I'm also concerned about the future of science because when this pandemic is over, the answer will be there. It will be clear to most people. So there will be increasing, and I think there already has been an increasing distrust in the science and the scientific community. And that's going to have effect on other things as well. For example, if we have scientists who are promoting these lockdown things, which does not make scientific sense, but then they also promote vaccines. And I'm a big believer of vaccines. I think it's one of the greatest inventions of mankind, having saved enormous amount of lives. But if the same person are promoting lockdowns and vaccines, why would people trust them when they then promote vaccines?
Yeah.
So there's just a concern, and when the scientific community has sort of failed with the response to the pandemic, and then the scientific community says, go vaccinate, why? There's already distrust there. So that's going to make it more difficult to, suppose we get a really good vaccine that's both efficacy and safe. We don't know that yet, but suppose we do that. This mistrust in science is going to make it more difficult to convince people that this vaccination is a good thing.